Imagine this. Little layers of fat are slowly piling up on the walls of your arteries, like dust collecting in a narrow conduit. This is steadily stopping the flow of blood that keeps you alive. This process is called atherosclerosis. It is very harmful for people over 60 because it typically happens without any large warning symptoms. The American Heart Association says that plaque can start to build up years before symptoms appear. This means that a lot of older people only find out about the condition when they are tired, have chest pain, or can't breathe. Give it some thought for a moment. Have you ever overlooked these little symptoms and thought, "I'm just getting older"? Did you ever think about how your arteries might need some care? Think back to when you were younger, when your arteries were flexible, smooth, and receptive. When you moved or became agitated, they could simply get bigger to provide you oxygen. But as we become older, oxidative stress, long-term inflammation, and changes in metabolism can make these arteries stiffer and less able to respond. Researchers at Harvard Medical School regularly talk about how tight arteries make it harder for older people to exercise and make them feel less energetic in general. What if you woke up tomorrow and your chest felt heavy or you didn't want to move? What if that feeling wasn't only because you were getting older, but also because your blood flow was getting worse? Let's look even more closely at the science, because knowing the why provides you a solid motivation to do anything. Plaque isn't just made up of cholesterol, it's a sophisticated combination of lipids, calcium deposits, cellular waste, and inflammatory substances that slowly restrict the arteries. The Mayo Clinic's heart health education underscores that when arteries are narrower, the heart has to work harder to pump blood. This puts greater stress on the heart, which might cause high blood pressure or heartbeats that aren't regular. Think of your heart as a hard-working engine that is always there for you, but has to work harder and harder every day. Think about this for a second. If your body has been silently making up for things for years, what simple things could you do today to help make it easier? A lot of older people often forget how important endothelial function is, which is the health of the thin inner lining of your blood arteries. Harvard health literature typically write about how smoking, eating poorly, not managing stress, or not being active can hurt this lining and make plaque grow faster. If your arteries lost their natural protective covering, they would be more susceptible to receive little damage that initiate the body's inflammatory repair processes. This is when the emotional aspect of things starts to happen. It's not only about the statistics on a medical report, it's also about being able to travel, make friends, and live on your own without worry. Now consider about how some of the choices you make when you retire could make you more likely to get heart disease. If you move around less, eat at strange times, or replace organized routines with sedentary habits, the balance of lipids in your blood and how your body uses glucose can shift slowly. The American Heart Association's awareness data reveal that older people who don't stay active are much more likely to have vascular problems than those who practice mild activity every day. Imagine how different it would be to feel safe going through a park instead of being afraid about being dizzy or short of breath. Which future fits better with the life you wish to live? People don't talk about the psychological side of plaque formation very frequently, but it's there. Stress and loneliness that last for a long time, which is surprisingly common in older people, can boost cortisol levels and indirectly induce inflammation and vascular tension. Mayo Clinic's behavioral health guidance generally emphasizes that emotional wellness and heart health are extremely strongly linked. Think about how your arteries react not just to what you eat and drink, but also to how safe, peaceful, and supported you feel every day. This revelation can be both sobering and powerful because it suggests that little relaxing routines can have an influence on the body. You should also think about how plaque builds up over time. It doesn't all show up at once, and it doesn't all go away at once either. When Harvard talks about preventive cardiology, they typically stress that making little steady adjustments to your lifestyle can have an effect on your blood vessels over time. Think about how you could make minor improvements to your daily life, such as drinking adequate water, eating thoughtfully, and breathing deeply. You may notice that it takes less effort to climb stairs, or that you recover more quickly after working out over time. These little improvements can sometimes mean that your circulation is operating better long before medical tests show that it is. But here's something that could shock you. Some older individuals put too much stock in medicine and don't recognize how crucial daily behaviors are in addition to medical care. The American Heart Association usually recommends that the best approach to get better is to combine medical care with practices that are good for your heart. Think about how amazing it would feel to know that the things you do every day are keeping you safe even more than the medicines you take. This feeling of being in a relationship with your body can make you feel more confident instead of scared. Finally, take a minute to be silent and ponder. Picture yourself in 5 years. Would you rather be exhausted and worried about your health, or would you rather be full of energy, knowing that you made efforts to naturally support your arteries early on? We'll talk about a certain drink you can have in the morning that might help with circulation and inflammation in the next part. How you make it and consume it might change how well it works. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could change how you start your day. The natural morning drink that keeps your arteries healthy. A warm glass of water with fresh lemon and a little turmeric or grated ginger is a simple way to start your day that is peaceful, refreshing, and silently protecting all at the same time. At first, this might seem too easy to be essential, but Harvard Medical School and other colleges that teach preventative nutrition have talked a lot about the science underlying these natural elements. Citrus and turmeric provide antioxidants that can help fight oxidative stress, which is one of the hidden causes of plaque accumulation and aging arteries. Think about this for a second. Might the first thing you drink every morning be damaging your circulation without you knowing it? Or could it be improving it in a little way? Now, consider about what happens to your body when you sleep for a whole night. At night, you naturally lose fluids through breathing and metabolism. This can make your blood a little thicker by morning. The Mayo Clinic says that even modest dehydration can make circulation less effective and put additional stress on the heart. Think of your morning arteries as thin garden hoses that are waiting for pressure to grow up. What if a warm, hydrated drink could help them move more easily before you even get out of bed? This minor modification in scheduling could become one of the best things for seniors to do in the morning if they wish to feel more awake after 60. Let's take a closer look at the lemon section because it offers benefits that go beyond taste and tradition. Citrus fruits have vitamin C and plant flavonoids in them. These nutrients are typically thought to aid the endothelium function, which is the thin layer of cells that lines blood vessels. Harvard Nutrition talks a lot about how sustaining endothelial health might assist arteries stay flexible and responsive. Think about how your arteries slowly expand wider as nitric oxide signaling gets better. This makes it easier for blood that is full of oxygen to reach your brain and muscles. Ask yourself, how would my mornings be different if I were a little more mentally clear and physically steady? Let's talk about ginger and turmeric, two spices that have been used for health for hundreds of years, but are now being explored more and more in current science. Researchers have looked into curcumin, the main ingredient in turmeric, to see if it can help with swelling. On the other hand, ginger has been linked to better digestion and blood flow. The American Heart Association regularly talks about how decreasing chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the most important things you can do to prevent heart disease. Inflammation is like a fire that burns steadily inside of you. This drink is like a refreshing wind that steadily brings the temperature down. Another fascinating factor that a lot of older people don't think about is how hot and fast they eat. If you drink this mix gently when it's warm but not hot, it might help your body relax. This can lessen your stress levels in the morning when they can boost your blood pressure. Mayo Clinic behavioral health experts often talk about how relaxing rituals can help keep the heart and blood vessels in check. Imagine standing by a window with natural light, holding your warm cup and taking long breaths to calm your nervous system instead of feeling rushed. Could this peaceful start alter how you feel for the rest of the day? Instead of perfection, focus on how vital it is to be consistent.
Preventive cardiology presentations that Harvard Lifestyle Education speaks about suggest that little everyday actions done over time frequently have a stronger impact on the body than big alterations done once in a while. Imagine a graph that steadily progresses toward greater circulation markers, more energy, and more confidence in how you move. How many times have you been excited to start a health regimen only to quit after a few weeks because it seemed too hard or too much? Be honest with yourself. The fact that this cocktail is so easy to make might be its best attribute. It's also vital to know about the metabolic side. Taking modest anti-inflammatory foods and drinking water in the morning may help keep your blood sugar levels stable during breakfast, which may assist your vascular health in an indirect way. The American Heart Association believes that having stable blood sugar levels can help your heart work less hard. Imagine if when you have breakfast, you don't feel sleepy or sluggish, but instead you receive a constant and persistent boost of energy. How nice would it be to know that your body is responding nicely to such a modest change? Another interesting factor is how the body breaks down food and takes in nutrients. Warm drinks can help the digestive system work better and get ready to absorb nutrients. Mayo Clinic wellness education occasionally talks about how older people's energy levels can be affected by how well their digestive systems work. Instead of being surprised by cold or sugary drinks, think about how your body wakes up gently. Could the soreness or heaviness you feel after breakfast occasionally be because of how you start drinking water each morning? Let's also discuss about a small but crucial emotional benefit. Doing something like this drink as a protective ritual will help you feel better emotionally and less afraid of cardiac problems you don't know about. A lot of people who study behavioral health at Harvard argue that feeling in charge of your daily health choices can help you stick to greater wellness goals. Imagine how much better you would feel if you knew you were doing something to help older people instead of just praying for the best. Changing the way you think can make you want to move, eat healthily, and be with other people. Finally, take a moment to think about the long-term effects over the period of months. Think about how much more confident you would feel when you walked, how much better you would sleep, and how much less fatigued you would feel at random times. The American Heart Association states that drinking enough water, eating foods that prevent inflammation, and doing some modest exercise are all things you can do to maintain your heart healthy for a long time. Stay with me, because in the next part, you'll learn about a breathing technique that, when combined with this drink, could make the circulation benefits much stronger in ways that most seniors have never been taught. This one small tweak could make a big difference in how you feel in the morning.
The breathing connection that helps your blood flow. Take a moment to fully envision this. You have your warm morning drink in your hand. The sun is beaming through the window. The world is still calm. And instead of hurrying into the day, you actively pause your breathing. This minor shift might not seem like a huge issue, but scientists who research lifestyle medicine claim that how you breathe can have a direct effect on your heart rate, blood pressure, and vascular tone. Harvard Medical School wellness programs typically talk about studies that indicate how slow diaphragmatic breathing can assist keep autonomic balance, which can help arteries relax and make circulation work better. Take a moment to think about how often you start your day in a tranquil state of mind instead of with a slight sense of hurry. Now think about what happens to your body when you breathe quickly or shallowly. Many adults do this without realizing it because they're stressed, don't get enough sleep, or don't move about enough. This can make the sympathetic nervous system work harder, which makes cortisol and adrenaline levels go up. Over time, this can make blood vessels smaller. The Mayo Clinic often talks about how long-term stress can make heart disease more likely. Think about how your arteries would get tighter, like rubber bands that have been pushed too far. This would make your heart work harder with each beat. Take a minute to think about it. Is the tightness in your shoulders or chest every morning a clue that you need to change the way you breathe? Let's find out what research says about how oxygen gets to your body.
This is when breathing becomes a strong ally to your morning drink that is good for your arteries. You can acquire more oxygen in your blood by taking a deep breath through your nose and letting your diaphragm expand. This makes it easier for your lungs to exchange oxygen. The American Heart Association stresses a lot that receiving enough oxygen to the body is vital for keeping your energy up after age 60 and helping you stay physically fit. Imagine that blood rich of oxygen flows freely through your arteries, giving your muscles, brain cells, and other critical organs the nutrients they need. If your body could use oxygen better, what would your daily activities be like? Another crucial thing to know is heart rate variability. It shows how flexible and strong the heart and blood vessels are. Harvard Health presentations typically say that breathing slowly and steadily can assist your heart rate change more, which suggests your nervous system is more balanced. Imagine how your heart might react to little bits of tension without feeling agitated or furious. Think about it for a second. Do you feel calm or overwhelmed when things don't go as planned? This small bit of stability inside you can have an effect on your mental and physical well-being. Now think about how breathing and the timing of drinking water work together. Controlled breathing while drinking your warm lemon and turmeric tea may help you relax and open up your blood vessels further. Mayo Clinic wellness education typically says that measures to lessen stress can help with blood pressure and vascular comfort in a roundabout way. Think about how you would feel if you took slow sips and breathed slowly, letting your body and mind get in harmony with a healing rhythm. If you're an older person who wants to stay healthy for a long time, may this peaceful ritual become a regular part of your morning routine. We also need to recognize a crucial mental factor. When you breathe on purpose, you pay attention to what your body needs instead of ignoring it. The American Heart Association talks a lot about heart health and emotional health are connected, especially as individuals get older. Instead of worrying about being sick, imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose and taking care of yourself. Take some time to think about this adjustment. How could it change how much you want to be active, meet new people, and be hopeful about the future? Let's look at the practical side of technique so that we can use this information instead of just thinking about it. Think about how your stomach would feel if you took a slow breath through your nose for 4 seconds. Then, for 6 seconds, let rid of the stress by slowly breathing out through your lips. Harvard's health and wellness tips typically state that extending the exhale phase helps engage soothing neural pathways. Could spending just 5 minutes on this practice make a major impact in how you centered or energized in the morning? Another good thing about it is that it can help with posture and chest mobility, which are two factors that are frequently not talked about when giving health suggestions to seniors. Deep breathing naturally helps you stand up straight, which lets your lungs expand properly and eases strain on your bones and muscles. The Mayo Clinic's rehab resources typically mention that your posture might alter how well your blood flows and how well your lungs perform. Think about how you would feel if you were taller, could move more easily, and your upper body wasn't as rigid. How empowering would it be if a simple habit could help both your heart and your body? Now think about how this will pile up over the weeks and months. The American Heart Association suggests that adopting small, consistent changes to your daily life can help you feel more energized and less stressed about your heart health over time. Imagine how much better you would feel if you could walk longer distances without having to stop every few minutes. Enjoy your hobbies with increased energy, and know that what you do every day is helping seniors stay healthy. Think about that for a second. Could this breathing practice become one of the best ways for people over 60 to stay young? Not because it's exciting, but because it's easy to do. Lastly, remember this as we move forward. Drinking adequate water, Eating foods that reduce inflammation and being aware of your breathing are all important parts of a solid foundation. But the meals you eat over the day can either make its full effect stronger or less. In the next part, you'll learn about several common eating patterns that might help keep your arteries flexible or even speed up the building of plaque. You might be surprised by one typical error people make at breakfast. Stay with me. What you discover next could change how you plan every meal from here on.
Foods that make your arteries more or less flexible. Imagine sitting down to breakfast and realizing that every mouthful you take is either gently aiding your arteries or slowly making them stiffer and more vulnerable over time. This may sound dramatic, but cardiology education generally highlights that what you eat every day can affect your cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and inflammation in your blood vessels. Nutrition is a common topic in Harvard Medical School's public health resources. They suggest that older people who eat a lot of good fats and plant-based nutrients are more likely to have better heart health. Think about it for a second. When you cook, do you largely concentrate about how good the food tastes and how quick it is to create? Or do you also think about how much energy you'll have after 60 and how much freedom you want to keep? Think about the good outcome first. Now, picture a bowl of oatmeal with fresh berries on top, crushed walnuts, and maybe some leafy greens combined into a morning smoothie. Oats offer soluble fiber that may help your body absorb less cholesterol, and berries have antioxidants that prevent oxidative stress. The American Heart Association typically talks about these nutrients as part of heart-healthy diets. Think about how this cuisine might make your arteries less stiff and less inflamed inside. Think about this in your head. How would your mornings alter if breakfast became a tool to help seniors live better lives every day instead of just a brief routine? Let's talk about leafy greens because they are really excellent for your blood vessels. Some vegetables, such as spinach, kale, and arugula, have nitrates in them naturally. These nitrates can be turned into nitric oxide by the body, which helps blood arteries relax. A lot of Harvard nutrition research talks about how nitric oxide pathways assist arteries stay flexible and blood flow smoothly. Think at how your arteries are slowly getting bigger. This makes it easier for blood to flow with each heartbeat. Think about this for a second. May eating a little bit of greens every day help you build up your mental and physical strength over time? Let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids now. These are present in fatty fish like salmon and in plants like flax seeds and chia seeds. The Mayo Clinic generally recommends that consuming additional omegas may help lower triglyceride levels and keep inflammation under control. Think about how much calmer and less likely to get angry or plaque unstable your arteries would be on the inside. Take a moment to think about how often you eat these nutrients that protect you each week. Could eating more of them become one of the finest things for seniors to do at home? But we need to talk about meals that can silently balance out these benefits if we want to have a full discourse. Think about consuming a lot of highly processed snacks that have too much salt, sugar, and trans fats. Over time, these kinds of habits can cause high blood pressure, insulin resistance, and inflammation in the body. The American Heart Association consistently advises that too much sodium can be bad for the heart, especially for older persons. This knowledge should make you feel a sense of urgency. If you don't pay attention to these nutritional signals, the favorable benefits of your morning breathing and hydration practices could slowly go away. Let's look at sugar more closely, because a lot of people don't know how harmful it is for you. Diets heavy in added sugars can make blood sugar levels go up and down, which might indirectly harm vascular health by placing stress on the metabolism. People at Harvard who study public health often talk about how keeping your blood sugar levels in check can help keep your heart healthy for a long time.
Consider how you might feel weary or cranky in the middle of the morning, not just because you're getting older, but also because your metabolic rhythms aren't consistent. Be honest with yourself. Will cutting back on sugary drinks or pastries make your energy seem more steady all day? Another issue that people often forget is when to eat and how much it affects digestion. Eating heavy meals late at night might make it tougher to sleep well and slow down the body's healing processes as you sleep. Mayo Clinic wellness education typically suggests that not getting enough sleep might make your blood pressure and inflammation change more. Think about how your body tries to recover and fix itself as you sleep and deal with the stress of eating late at night. Take a moment to think about this. Could adjusting when you eat be just as essential as choosing healthier foods? Now think about how your food habits affect your mood and your relationships. Food is a huge element of family traditions, festivities, and comfort, so it might feel like a loss instead of an improvement when things change. The American Heart Association generally says that instead of making rigid or short-term adjustments, you should make small, long-term ones. Think about how you could still enjoy meals with loved ones while making tiny tweaks to your favorite recipes, such as using less salt, adding healthier oils, or adding sides that are high in nutrients. How great would it be to keep your heart healthy without losing your happiness or connection? There's also a motivational point of view that's worth emphasizing. People at Harvard often remark about how observable changes in daily energy or mobility can help people keep to improved eating habits. Imagine being able to walk farther without feeling fatigued, or being more active at social events. These real-life prizes can be quite motivating for persons over 60 to keep up their anti-aging activities. Take a moment to think about how your future self would appreciate you for the small choices you make about eating now. Finally, remember this as we get ready to go. The items you eat can either help or hurt your morning drink and breathing exercises, which can change how effectively your arteries adapt to age. In the next section, you'll find out how to improve your circulation even more by eating at the same time every day, drinking enough water, and doing light exercise throughout the day. A minor tweak to your routine could make a big difference. Stay with me, because the strategy ahead can help you make your whole daily routine a protection for your heart.
Advanced habit timing for the best results. Think about how your morning drink may go along with some light physical activity, like a short walk or stretching routine. This would increase circulation and help nutrients get to where they need to go more quickly in your vascular system. In Harvard Lifestyle Medicine talks, researchers typically allude to studies that suggest that older persons may have better metabolic function if they drink water and do modest exercise at the same time. Think about it quietly. May 5 minutes of moving about after your drink become one of the best habits for seniors at home? Now think about how consistency changes results. Mayo Clinic wellness education stresses that sticking to simple practices for a long time can affect blood pressure control and the general health of the heart and blood vessels. Imagine that your mornings become regimented but calm, providing you a sense of control over your health journey instead of having to deal with medical emergencies later. If you don't take advantage of this occasion, you may miss a chance to naturally strengthen your heart. But stay with me, because the last bonus tip could change the way you think about your nighttime routine and the health of your arteries. The American Heart Association says that daily rhythm patterns affect how well you sleep and how quickly your heart recovers. What if you found out how your nighttime hydration balance may work with your morning drink? That's what we'll talk about next. Imagine ending your day with thoughtful drinking and fewer big meals late at night. This will help your heart and blood vessels rest and mend more quickly while you sleep. Scientific logic implies that nocturnal metabolic recovery helps control inflammation, which is important for keeping plaque stable. A lot of the time, Harvard Sleep and Health Talks talk on how restorative sleep helps older folks' hormones and blood vessels stay healthy. Stop and think.
Do the things you do at night help your body repair or hide stress? Now picture waking up feeling lighter, sharper, and emotionally aware that your everyday habits are good for your health and independence. Mayo Clinic educational materials generally stress that the quality of your sleep might affect your blood pressure and heart rhythm stability. Feel the want to be well so you can keep doing the things you love, including traveling, spending time with family, and doing things that matter. As we get closer to the end, you'll see how all of these behaviors work together to make a strong daily protection plan. Think about how much stronger, more energetic, and confident you would feel in your daily life if you could look back a year from now and see that a simple morning drink, together with mindful breathing, balanced nutrition, and gentle movement, had helped you. Trusted organizations like Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, and the American Heart Association continue to teach people about heart health. They say that healthy lifestyle choices are still one of the best ways to keep your heart healthy after age 60. If you ignore these signs, you could let hidden threats increase. But if you act now, you can feel more in control and hopeful. Like this video and subscribe right now if you liked this advice and want more senior health ideas, morning habits for seniors, and useful ways for seniors to live a healthy life. Let us know what you think in the comments. Have you tried any morning drinks or routines that made you feel more awake after 60? Someone else might be inspired by what you've been through. And before you go, check out the following video on your screen, where we show you more anti-aging habits for those over 60 that could help you stay active, independent, and full of life. Keep proactive, keep aware, and remember that the things you do every day are slowly changing your health for the better.